Well, that's exactly right. Let's just pray he didn't have any required damage and he was able to get on pit road, get off pit road, and everything was good to go.
That's what it looks like as of right now. Tristan Bruce up here still leads. Wood right in behind him. Lee sitting in the third spot. Nick Sacco still in fourth. Dustin Scruggs trying to latch on, trying to catch up one way or another. Cofield slipped back a little bit, as well as Devin Painter, Joshua Rodriguez, James Beard, and Adam Newbert. Everybody's kind of slipped back just a little bit right now. Are we still here?
I'm still here. I barely got a little bit here. We're feeding. We're feeding.
We're still here. Nobody flip out. Everybody stay put. Do not change.
This happens.
Everybody just sit tight. We're having a couple of technical difficulties.
Hey, live internet is what it is, man.
Oh, it is. Absolutely. Folks, still Tristan Bruce still holding on to that lead. MTW, Matt Lee sitting right behind him. Sacco in the fourth spot. Might have got back. Now we might have had some picture. Nobody flip out in the live chat. We are still good. You're going to blame anybody, blame Dean. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Don't blame Dean. Looks like...
oh, we might have lost the stream, but we're going to keep you informed.
Stream's gone. Oh, here we go. We're good. And we're back. I think we're back. We are still live.
Absolutely. And we got live pit stops with 15 to go. Got Matthew Lee. We got Cofield. We got several leaders back in the pits, getting their splash, dash, tires, and ready to roll.
Folks, anybody that is here in the live chat, if you want to make sure to let everybody else know, slide over to this channel. The stream got killed, but we're on this one, and we are still racing here at Pocono. We are still racing. We are still green flag, as here comes Tristan Bruce. MDW has already went down pit road. Tristan Bruce, Nick Sacco jumps down pit road. Devin Painter will stay out on the racetrack. James Beard pulls in as well. So here we go with those green flag pit stops that we were talking about. And we got about 15, a little under 15 laps to go.
Yeah, let's see if the undercut works for Lee, Cofield, that group, because they went in a lap earlier. Should have been able to put a good lap down. We'll see if the undercut works.
See if it ends up working out. Pater's still out there on the racetrack. Remember, he started 32nd. He was back there with the Jonathan Cofields, with the Nick Saccos, with the Matt Lees. He started back there, didn't even take a qualifying time. He ran practice, but he didn't even qualify. He just said to hell with it. I just want to start the back and just make it interesting, and it may end up paying off for him. And there you see how long that he has been out on the racetrack. He's been out there for 15 laps. According to this run right here, he's been out for 15 laps. And he's going to have to pit again, Michael. I mean, obviously, we know that because how we saw in stage one, stage two, rather, just how tight and how close it was on the fuel. I mean, he's going to have to pit regardless, as we see some other guys coming down, Adam Newbert coming down pit road.
Yeah, he'd have to go 29 laps. I think 2 of those were under caution, so he's got to go 27. I don't know if that can be done. I know he's been sitting in the back. He was drafting. All that's off that are what the other leaders, they're down a little ways. I don't think he can hold them off 12 seconds, 13 seconds. I think they'll catch him.
Folks, if you're still trying to watch from the other channel or the other stream, come to this one. This one is the one that is working. Redneck announcer Jake Reeves here with Slim Shady, Eminem, Michael McKinnon in the house, as well as the Australian Dean Hopton Biggles on production. As we see Dane Hagan jumping down pit road. Devin Painter still out there on that racetrack, still putting down some laps. Rodriguez right in behind him, about 2.5 seconds back from him. And there's Dylan Cardenas. We talked to him earlier on in the race. Seemed like he had beef. he was, he was upset. Jordan Jurassic, thank you very much for giving us that. But, there was beef with Dylan Cardenas, but looks like it may end up flip-flopping right here for Cardenas. He may be able to make something happen and get a good finish out of this somehow, some way. He may be able to turn a bad night into a good night.
Yeah. I mean, they're all backing off a lot right now. Just out of the gas. He's definitely clutching. He went all the way from 6,000 to 1,100. So he's going to try to stretch it to the end to see if he can get a finish out of it.
And folks, to kind of give you an idea about this, Dylan Cardenas, when he ran qualifying, he ran a 55.046. Okay? That last lap that Cardenas ran was just a tenth shy of 4 seconds slower. He ran a 58.950. They're saving the hell out of this fuel right here, Michael. They are saving every drop, every ounce, every bit that they can. I would go by Painters, but he didn't qualify, so I can't really tell you exactly on that. But he's actually a second faster than what Cardenas was running, because he just hit a 58 flat right then. But Rodriguez, Broadfoot, they're going in pit road, and here's Blake Lothian. We saw him a while ago. Blake Lothian could steal one here tonight.
Yeah, that's it. I seen Matthew Lee was 25 seconds behind before the graphic changed. He would have to pick up 2 seconds a lap at least on Devin Painter right here. So I just don't know. 29 laps seems like a little bit too far for me, but if he has worked this right, he's got a good chance to win this race.
10 laps to go. Coming around this time will be 9 laps to go when Devin Painter hits the line as he works his way through turn 3, riding on board with the 43 of Blake Lothian, trying to pull that little bit of strategy that he's got. Lothian sitting back in the 7th position. Got Jeffrey Sickles right in front of him. You see the 78. And we were talking about him a second ago, but give a call to the 78. We didn't get to actually say that. But Jeffrey Sickles, we don't talk a whole lot about him, Michael McKinnon, here on the Friday Night Series. Here he is up here, depending on how the strategy works out for that 78. He may be in prime position to get a pretty good, decent little finish here tonight.
Yeah, and that would just be fantastic. He's been with us since the very beginning of this thing. Hasn't had a lot of success. Has improved a ton. He just continues to show up, support the league. He's ran our Facebook. He's ran the Twitter. He's ran all the things that we've needed him to do, and he needs a shout out right now. Just what a great run from Jeff right now.
Check this out. There is MDW and Tristan Bruce. Remember, they had already jumped down, went and got those 4 freshies and filled it up full of fuel. Here's the problem. They're 2 seconds faster. The problem is they're 24 seconds back from Pater, from Montgomery, from Cardenas, from Bevan, from Sickles, from Lothian, all these guys. They are so far back. They got to hope that they don't stretch it on fuel, because if they stretch it on fuel, they're screwed. I mean, literally, they are screwed. They're not going to be able to make it. So they've got to hope that either they're going to run out or they're going to make a pit stop. As you see Matthew Lee in the 44, he's kind of fell back to these guys. Matthew Lee sliding up the hill. Here comes Bruce. Here comes Wood as they battle for the 8th spot.
Yeah, and the more they do this, the more Devin Painter loves it. That's going to slow him down a little bit, unless we can get a bump draft here from MDW on Lee. But this is going to slow somebody down. They won't be able to just run the Q laps that they were able to before, but they are catching 2 seconds per lap. But at this pace, they're still going to come up about 6 seconds short if Devin doesn't have to go into complete conservation mode.
And folks, if you're just joining us from the last stream, no caution yet. Everything has been clean. Everything has been green. Everything looking pretty good right now as Devin Painter still got a 5-second lead right now over Matthew Montgomery. Cardenas 5 seconds back from him. Then Bevan 5 seconds back from Cardenas, and Jeffrey Sickles is actually starting to catch the 27 and shoot around him, so Sickles might think it's time to go as well, and Blake Lothian right in behind him as well. But Devin Painter, what this would be if this 99 was able to win this race right here, Michael McKinnon, it would literally, as Painter's going in, I was just fixing to say what it would mean for the 99 to get the win here tonight. That would have literally turned this playoff grid literally on its lid.
Yeah, that means I think everyone else might be able to make it. Well, look at Dylan Cardenas straight to the front right now. Can you pop up when he last pitted, Dean? Can we see when he last pitted? Yeah, I mean, he's definitely clutching every corner right now, saving every drop of fuel he can. And then look at this, barely on the gas. It's not even accelerating. I don't know if he can hold off or not, but this might be fantastic for Dylan.
Well, we'll put it to you like this. This is how, just listen to this right here. He is so far out of the gas, clutching the whole 9 yards. Think of it like this. MDW Tristan Bruce, they're good on fuel. They're hauling the mail. They're 9 seconds back from Cardenas. Here's the problem. They're 3 seconds faster every single lap, and they got 6 laps to go. So
yeah, they have to be.
Yeah. Cardenas, he's just praying at this point. Now, with 5 to go, should a caution come out right here, Michael McKinnon, it would throw everything on its lid because Cardenas and them, they're going to pit. Well, guess what? Bruce and Lee, they're going to pit as well for tires as well because they don't want to be out on old shoes with these other guys on freshies.
Well, that's for sure. Now, is Dylan trying to save it for a last couple laps? We'll just have to see. But, folks, when you saw the in-car shot of Dylan right there, these trucks turn 8,000 RPMs for the chip. He is only hitting about 6,300 on the straightaways. He is literally not even trying to go hard.
Yeah, he is just, whoa, baby, here we go. Jeffrey Sickles right there in front of MDW Tristan Bruce. Battle for third is on. Blake Lothian right there in front of these guys as well. Lothian pulls down pit road. So unless if Cardenas can't make it, this is the battle for the win. MDW to the inside. Tristan Bruce on his outside. Next guy that's behind them is Dustin Scruggs, who is about 2 seconds back from these guys, and they are starting to run down Cardenas at a very, very fast pace.
Yeah, I think Cardenas has picked it up a little bit. I'm watching they're catching him fast, but, I don't know. Does he have enough for the last 2 laps to push? That's going to be the key to it, because he's going to have to go now or he is going to get ran over.
Yeah, and the bad part about it is wherever he goes, he may end up getting in these guys' way, and then you end up holding somebody else up, and it's just, it's a bad deal right here. We'll see what Cardenas decides to do. He doesn't pit this time. Look way up the hill right there, that little black dot. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That is Dylan Cardenas. Side drafted. Wood, Bruce, still slugging it out. Better be careful, though. Dustin Scruggs, Jonathan Cofield, they are starting to reel them in. Not by much, but it is enough to where they possibly can. About 1.5 seconds back from them. Dylan Cardenas leading this thing with 3 laps to go, but he's fixing to get bypassed as Wood. Bruce may try to use Wood as a pick. Oh, baby, 3 wide in a tunnel turn. Cardenas shoots down to the inside. Oh!
Oh, no!
Yellow.
Oh, my God, he had himself set up for a 7th place finish if he could have finished the race. Well, this will change everything. Who's got tires, who don't?
Damn. You talking about interesting, you talking about good stuff, baby. We have hit it by a mile. Watch it once again here on the instant replay. And here we go. I think Cardenas had fuel, but he's trying to go down the inside. He was trying to give room to both the leaders, and he couldn't hold it down there on that apron. It just didn't stick with old shoes and how it is and everything else. He just kind of got on the apron, slid right up. We watched it right there, the RPMs, how he has them and everything else. He just tries to get out of the way. He just ain't able to get out of the way.
Now, carrying a little too much speed to actually stay down there, but man, he had himself set up for a 7th place finish. I feel so bad for him right now.
But you hate to see that for Dylan Cardenas. And so
who's got tires, who don't?
Yeah, this is going to be the interesting part. As to if
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
If anybody will jump down pit road or they will elect to stay out on the racetrack. MDW, right behind the pace truck. We will be going to overtime. Green, white, checkered to settle it here tonight at Pocono. Wood, Bruce, Scruggs, Cofield, and Lee, the top 5. Nick Sacco, James Beard, Joshua Rodriguez, Matt Cherry, and Dylan Cardenas, the top 10. All these old boys got to stay. Oh, here we go. We got a couple of them flipping. Scruggs goes. Lee goes. I think Sacco went with them as well. Yeah, a whole bunch of them went down pit road. It was kind of a coin flip. Do you go or do you not? And honestly, some of them might have sat there and thought, well, we'll take a shot and we'll go right here and just to see what happens. And it was a half and half kind of deal, kind of a 50-50 deal on who goes and who doesn't. But these guys on these fresh tires, folks, are going to be absolutely motoring through this field. And the bad part about that is the new tires are going to catch up to the old tires, and they're going to straight up run them over. So that'll be interesting to see when we come back from this commercial break here at Pocono. Don't go anywhere. Season 10, baby, playoffs. It's on here at Pocono. Well, folks, here we are back at Pocono. You see MDW, Matthew David Wood. Obviously, Wood stage 2 presented by the Glass Mechanic. The man sitting behind him in the 3. He won stage number 1. So, ironically enough, stage 1, stage 2 winners. Sitting first and second, Cofield, Lee, Beard behind him as well. And, of course, the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves, up here in the booth with Slim Shady, Eminem, Michael McKinnon up here as well as Australian Dean Hopton on production here this evening. And there you see Wood taking the option inside or out. He will take the inside. Remember, we are in overtime. So, pretty much this is how it works. We'll take the green flag. If they wreck before we get back to the white flag, we'll re-wreck them, restack them, and we will do it again as many times as possible. But if the leaders take the white flag, it's pretty much checkers or wreckers at that point. And Michael, we've seen them after they took the white flag. Ironically enough, here at Pocono, we've seen them where they take the white flag, come off of turn 1, and half the damn field piles up.
Yeah, you see that quite a bit. This is one of those places you just have to get what you can get while you can get it, and they're all going to go for it right here. Hopefully everybody can get through. I had to step away for a minute. Is the first person on tires, is that Dustin Scruggs, or did he have a problem?
I think Dustin Scruggs, I think he was one of those drivers that went down pit road to get those 4 freshies. I remember Scruggs coming down. So Matt Cherry is the first one that we're hearing is down pit road on freshies. Here's the problem. He's all the way back in 15th. He's got 2 laps to fire by everybody that's on old shoes. And yeah. I don't think he's got enough time, honestly.
I don't think so. Well, this 2-lap deal, we might see something here, though. They're going to push the issue on this first straightaway. Let's see how much more bite they actually have.
Well, here we go, folks.
You're talking 3 seconds a lap here.
Well, here we go, folks. To settle it, here at Pocono, who's going to win it? Who's going to lock himself into the next round? Or will it be somebody not even in the playoffs and play spoiler for 2 weeks in a row? Green flag is in the air. MDW, Matthew David Wood. He shoots up, jumps up in front of Bruce. Here comes Cofield. Cofield down on the inside. Lee up top. Wood all by himself at the front. Not anymore. Bruce all over his back door. They get sideways. Both of them almost hit the fence off. We got a spinner.
We got a spinner. We're going to have to re-rack and do this again. Devin Painter, whoa, just ease through there. It looked like Keith Haney in big trouble.
Keith Haney, one of them that went around. I think I saw the 67. Nick Sacco, there he is. Sacco getting involved. Mr. Sacco not happy about that. We will re-rack them, restack them. That 3-4 wide, it's bound to happen. And it did very, very much. Check them out. They looked 4 wide at one point back there around the Nick Sacco area. And you'll see it right there. There's Haney. There's your 4 wide. And Keith Haney just snaps loose. Shoots down to the inside. Jeffrey Sickles, holy hell. What a hit by the 78.
Yeah.
Head on into the inside retaining wall, and it was pretty much a track blocker from there.
Yeah, I'd be looking for the helicopter to take Jeff away. That had to be about 45 G's or so on that spin.
Damn. I think it's safe to say Jeffrey Sickles is not going to finish this race.
No, I think that's going to be the end of his day. I believe it was Painter kind of come up and got into him a little bit. Started that whole thing.
Let's see. There's Sacco down there on the bottom. There's Sacco. I guess so. Whoa, damn. Sacco saw Haney on the bottom and was thinking, I got to jump up the racetrack. And Huck Wigginton was already there and got him in the back end and ended up sending him around. And who was that? Who was that Haney almost backed into right there at the end?
Couldn't tell. I mean, it's a lot of playoff guys in this.
That will change everything as well, as Jordan Jurassic would say. That will change a whole lot of stuff.
No, he spun on his own. Hagan took a little air off the back, and around he went.
Right there. That one right there. Who was that? See if we can maybe give you an idea, because it looked like who that was is that they almost missed every bit of it. That was Adam Newton, who is back on the lead lap. He was a couple of laps down. Watch this, riding on board with the 19, the Bulldog. And this may end up working out, honestly, for Adam Newton. Watch him up there. Watch the stack up. See a little smoke, 4 wide. Haney snaps loose. And Adam Newton, the veteran, here in NASRA, slamming on the brakes, trying to, whoa, damn, missed that one. That was Sickles. Here's Haney. And Haney comes back up, and he still missed Haney. What luck by the Bulldog, Adam Newton. And remember, he's in the playoffs as well down there close to that cut line. That could have been detrimental to the 19 making it to the next round, because we go to Lime Rock next week, and obviously that's a wild card.
That's more of a wild card. I ran a bunch of laps there last weekend. Folks, you are going to see something you've never seen in NASRA when we go there next weekend. That's technical. It's basically got a jump in the middle of it. Then it's got a big downhill. That's going to be unbelievable to watch next week.
Well, hell, I say that every single week we get ready to go live on the air for NASRA, is that we're going to see something we ain't ever seen. But I'll tell you this much. Yeah, that jump, I know what you're talking about, that downhill shot and then that first turn. And yeah, I'll tell you what, if they're going to put a damn road course in the playoffs, that's the one to do it right there. That would be the one to do it. Not the Roble, not Sonoma, not Nordschleife, as Dean would like for that damn 8-mile road course. Not that. That is perfect. Lime Rock will be a good one. There you see your points. We talked about Adam Newton, 3 points above the cut line, almost got caught up in that wreck. Now he's 21st. I mean, he's at the back, but he's on the lead lap. And if something like that pops off again, Michael McKinnon, Adam Newton could be in prime position, get him a top 10 and get out of here from what could have been a bad night and turned into a good night.
No, well, that's 100%. What it didn't really help was I thought maybe Scruggs and Cherry could move up a few, but they kind of stayed in the same position. They didn't even have time to move up a couple of spots. They get another one of those, though, the way the tires are right now, they're going to make a run at it.
Well, check out Jeff Merck right here. Merck, Mama Merck, he put the gloves on. I don't know if he had the gloves on beforehand, but I think he popped them damn things on now because he knows it is time to go right now. Sit back in the 21st spot. Remember, he started up there in the top 5. And remember, Merck had that whole incident at the start of the race, got loose, and then he got caught up with the Tiny Horse deal when Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson got spun around when he made contact with James Beard when they both made a little contact. And keep in mind, Tiny Horse, Ryan Johnson is up there at the top of that grid. Where will he fall going to Lime Rock next week, Michael? That will be very interesting. And Lucas Lyons as well.
Yeah, Lucas Lyons gone and all that. I haven't seen Caustic all night. There's a lot of guys gone, so we'll just have to wait and see how this shakes out. It looks like he maybe end up around 9th, 10th, and be much closer.
And think about this, Luke Smith, Kermit the Frog, sitting right up there. He's in a bad spot. He's all the way back. He's pretty much done DNFing in 31st place. Well, here we go. Once again, let's try it again. Here at Pocono, MDW, Tristan Bruce, Matt Lee, Jonathan Cofield, Joshua Rodriguez, the top 5. Green flag in the air. Wood goes all the way to the bottom. Lee thinks about taking it 3 wide. Bruce has got Cofield lined up on his tailgate. Lee sends it. Lee gets sideways. Lee gets into Wood again. Wood's able to shoot away with a leadoff one.
Yeah, great move by Tristan there, man. He's able to hold the line. Matthew Lee sliding up, and here MDW trying to break the draft. I don't know if I agree with this with these other trucks pushing.
And Wood jumps up. Bruce thought about shooting it. Now we're 3 wide. Down on the bottom side. Cofield stuck in the middle. Cofield getting sideways. Cofield hits the inside wall way back there in the back. No caution yet on the speedway. Everybody stacking up now. We got action. Lashinsky, 66. He got up into somebody. We got one up in the wall. That's Matthew Montgomery. But they come off of turn number 3. No caution. Bruce trying to run down MDW. White flag, bail out.
Wow, that's really going to hurt Cofield in the standings. He was set for a great position, but let's see what we got here at the end. Can Tristan get a draft and make a move on him to try to get even with him to the outside of turn 3? That'll be his only hope.
We'll see how that ends up working out for him as Bruce tried to maybe lay back, get a slingshot, make something happen. Will it work out for him? Or will MDW get the win here tonight? Coming through the tunnel turn. Wood holds it down. Bruce trying to get a run. Will he be able to get there? They are sliding around, damn near wrecking behind them. Joshua Rodriguez back there in 3rd, but MDW, the weatherman, Matthew David Wood. Bruce takes one more shot. Ain't gonna work. MDW gets the win. He's leading everybody in the points. And he's going to have everybody in the playoffs covered with a win going to Lime Rock next week. MDW wins it. Tristan Bruce 2nd. Joshua Rodriguez, Blake Lothian, and Isaac Bevan, the top 5 here tonight at Pocono. And Matthew David Wood has got to be absolutely ecstatic as Isaac Bevan comes up, gives him a little congratulatory tailgate bump. Giving us, letting us know that it is live with the wheel shooting to the left and right.
Yeah, that was a good move. He is able to cover him off on the bottom, but not all the way on the bottom. Make Tristan have to go real high. Great move right there by Matthew. We just see it week after week. The man has a lot of talent, and he's going to show it, and we get to witness it every week. I mean, How much better can it be?
Once again, we look coming into turn number 3. Bruce took a shot, maybe tried to pull a little Austin Dillon move, maybe get him in the tailgate and send him up the racetrack. Bruce damn near slapped the fence himself. Matt Lee and others, they really got into the wall coming off a 3. And MDW all the way down to the inside wall was able to hold off Tristan Bruce and get the win here tonight. And Matthew David Wood now working his way around off of turn number 3. And he's going to do something, honestly, Michael. You know, we've watched him numerous times this season and last season and for seasons before. He's getting pretty damn good at this right here on these burnouts because he does them a lot.
Hey, repetition, man. That's all it is. Just keep figuring out how to do it bigger and better, right? Stop right on the line, ready to roll.
And obviously he will be in the Florida Cabinets or Florida Cabinet Distributors Victory Lane, and looks like he's going to back it up all the way to Florida Cabinet Distributors Victory Lane and do the reverse lap, which he is going to have a long damn way to get all the way around to the Victory Lane if he's going to do it all the way around this 2.5 mile 3-turn track. It's like Dean's sitting there singing in our ear, got a long way to go, short time to get there. Well, he can take all the time he wants. At least until the session ends up ending. But there you see it, MDW working his way around the track. We'll get your race results up here very, very shortly. As there it is, MDW, Matthew David Wood gets the win for Mission One Esports here tonight at Pocono. Tristan Bruce, Joshua Rodriguez will finish second and third. We'll talk to those drivers here in a little bit. How about Blake Lothian? Good to see him back out here with NASRA, obviously ARCA West Series. His full-time job, but still has a little time to come in here and screw around with us on a Friday night here with the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. He will finish 4th with Isaac Bevan finishing in the 5th spot. Brandon Broadfoot will finish 6th. Good night for James Beard and also Brandon Broadfoot. Both of those guys in the playoffs as well as Isaac Bevan. Beard up there as well. These pretty good finishes for a lot of people that ended up not having such good nights. Brandon Schumann will finish in the 8th position with Matthew Lee finishing in the 9th position, and Dane Hagan comes home with a top 10. To you, Michael.
Yeah, and how about Adam Newton? You were just talking about him. 2 laps down, he ends up coming home 11th. Veteran of the entire series here, Ed Osborne, 12th. Nick Sacco come out of that wreck into 13th. Devin Painter, 14th, same. He got caught up in the wreck. Stephen Lachinsky, he's 15th. He started in the garage and then at 15th place. How about that? Dylan Cardenas had himself set up for about a 7th place finish. Comes back, finishes 16th. Good finish for him. Cofield, the big loser in the restart right there, 3rd to 17th. Keith Haney, we saw the contact with Matt Lee. That cost him a little bit of 18th. Matt Cherry, 19th. And Dustin Scruggs comes back 20th, even though they're on the new tires.
Yeah, your pole sitter, Dustin Scruggs, it's going to be a bad deal for him. Jeff Mert, 35th. He will finish 21st here this evening with Raul Meza, also in the playoffs, was on that cut line. He will finish 22nd here this evening with Matthew Montgomery, 23rd. Huck Wiggins, 24th. Tyler Daniels will finish 25th with Jeffrey Sickles finishing in 26th. Adam Newbert in the 4 will finish 27th. John Freeman actually had connection issues, and he bowed out 22 laps ago. He will finish 28th. With Matthew Cummins finished 29th. Shane Trotter will finish 30th. Luke Smith, Kermit the Frog, barely even got it going. He ends up finishing 31st. 90 laps down with a DNF. And Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson, the biggest loser out of the whole night. Hell, he didn't even really get started in a lap 1, turn 3 wreck that ended up knocking him out. And Buzzy Mongo kind of finished him off. And they both end up finishing 32nd and 33rd here, respectively. TJ Moore was your race director, and Jordan Durasic just started for the points. He ended up having to work. And hopefully he is not working himself to death and taking it easy the best that he can. Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Bring it back for the podium finishers. MDW wins it here at Pocono. We'll talk to him and the other podium finishers next.
Are you ready? for Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Folks, we're back here at Pocono with Mr. Reverse, number 21, Mr. 1 Esports. The Weatherman, MDW, hell, he's got all kinds of nicknames, but another nickname that he has really gotten used to is Race Winner. Matthew David Wood, you see him right there, got the camera hooked up on him. Matthew, buddy, congratulations on the win. You won stage 2, you win the race. Tell us about that battle right there you had going on with Tristan Bruce at the end.
I'll tell you, the past couple of weeks, me and Tristan have been absolutely going at it, and it's been some of the funnest battles I've ever had personally. And we raced each other with a lot of respect. There was a lot of squeezing, but we made it work, and it's a lot of fun racing around him, as well as the other guys as well. But it's unfortunate what happened there with Dylan. He tried to get out of the way, but once you hit the apron there, it was kind of like he panicked and went on the apron, and then he came back up in front of us, and we had nowhere to go. So sucks. And I didn't think I was going to make it there at the end, just like stage 2. I ran out of fuel, but I ended up making it, just hoping that there wasn't another restart. And unfortunately, a lot of Mission 1 guys were taken out in that crash to cause the overtime, or the second overtime. So that's unfortunate. They probably would have got a top 5, if not get me, because of their tires, but they stuck in it all race, and they're still, I think we're all still in the playoffs, maybe. But we'll all still keep pushing no matter what. And again, like Brady said last week, my name may be written on the trophy, but it's a whole team effort. So just love to be around those guys.
Yeah, Matthew, it's Mike here. I remember back when you were just dying to get a win, man. You were just dying to get a win here, and then all of a sudden something popped the seal, and you're just reeling them off quite a bit. I know it's been a few weeks since the last one, but you're always in the front. What do you contribute that to, that your success is all of a sudden it just came? Is it just patience, staying with your technique and trusting what you can do, or did you figure out a little bit of something to take advantage of some of these guys?
Well, in everything, hi doggy. I was in everything. I'm determined to be the best. I want to be the best that I can be. I take myself hard on mistakes, and I look at mistakes over and over. Just learning from mistakes that I've made in the past. Looking at people, like Malik Ray. Looking at people like Casey Kerwin. Watching what they do, and even watching the guys around me, what they do. I keep learning and learning and learning, and it just kind of comes to me more like muscle memory sort of thing sometimes. But, one advantage I have, I talk about it a lot, but, I'm 16, I'm young. I can my brain can comprehend a lot more of that, which is good for me because, I want to be either in a real car one day or a meteorologist, one of the two. You know well about that, but either way. Again, Mission 1 Esports and Brady, they've helped me a ton. NJB Designs, Noah, he makes all my paint schemes, and Gasson's iRacing Graphics, Jonathan Gasson, lives in the same state as me, West Virginia boys, let's go. But, even all these guys that are in here, you guys make a great broadcast, and of course, a lot of it goes to the Lord, as I mention them every week, and, just trying to not pay attention to the news right now. I get freaked out about it, and it's all over me. So this kind of helps relieve stress too.
Now, that's understood. I appreciate it. Like you said, being 16, you don't have the bad habits. You can learn from it. And we certainly appreciate having you here in the league, Matthew. And like I said, just keep your head up. Don't look at the news right now. We all know what they say in the big book, so we're hoping that's not what it is, right? And we'll just move forward. We'll just move forward, and congratulations on the win, bud.
Thank you.
Well, MDW gets it done here tonight. One thing that is going to suck for everybody else out there in the field is if he keeps on learning and he keeps on getting better, they're going to have to figure out a way to try to beat him. And one driver that almost pulled it off was Tristan Bruce. He finished his second here tonight. And obviously we saw the playoff grid. He'll have that plus 50 out of the door, and he'll already have himself lined up over there. But Tristan Bruce, buddy, you come home with it pretty good. I mean, you know, hell, you come home with a stage 1 victory. I think you finished second, I believe it was, in stage number 2. And then you come home with second here tonight. I mean, tell us about your race. I mean, what more could you have done to try to get around MDW?
Being able to take off with him on the last restart there. If I was able to get the right jump with him and be on his outside going into 1, I feel like I would have had an advantage, I'd say, and have a better shot of getting around him and get the race win. But like he talked about, these last few weeks, me and him have been running really, really hard against each other, and it's been really, really fun. And we learn off of each other racing that hard and being up front doing that. So it's really cool. But yeah, I got the stage 1 win. Stage 2 finished second, like you said, but by the time we went into pit under that stage 2 caution, I came into the pits about 20th, sputtering fuel going into my box. So I was really worried my race was going to end by running out of fuel on the caution laps there, but did that. I was able to get 4 tires and fresh fuel there, fill up, restarted 17th for the final stage, and was just able to find my way, picking through everyone and getting back to the lead, and racing with MDW. So that was really cool. I I didn't expect to run up front in like the top 3 like I did all night after running in practice earlier before the race. But yeah, it's just super cool. Super cool to get all these great points tonight and bump my way up even more in the points for the playoffs. And yeah, I just had a blast tonight, honestly.
Hey, Tristan, this is Mike. Man, just super race. Real proud of the run you had there. I don't even want to bring it up because we saw Dylan try to get out of the way there, and you can't really get out of the way in that position. Did that little bit
bring
of
it up anyway?
Yeah,
That's right.
did that little bit of contact? I mean, did it loosen the truck up? Did it tighten it up? Did it just make it where you couldn't quite get as much draft on MDW there in the last couple laps to maybe give him a shot out of 3?
Yeah, I don't know if the contact with Cardenas made anything different with the truck. I just think how hard we were racing at the end there, and putting harder wear on our tires. I just wasn't quite able to get them on that last lap. I drove it in a 3 as hard as I could without washing up into the wall. So, but clearly he drove it in a little hard as well to keep clear of me. But yeah, I mean, Cardenas, he told me and Dylan, he'll take the inside so we can take the outside, but he should have done that before the tunnel turn. He drove it to the inside in the tunnel turn, off the racetrack, back on, right in front of me. I mean, there's nothing I can do. If I slow up, I'm losing all my momentum to MDW with 2 to go. So, I mean, it is what it is. I still finished P2 with a fight for the win. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I came out good with a second place. So.
Yeah, no, it was great. It's just unfortunate. You get to that part of the track, you can't go too high or you hit the wall. He tried to do the right thing and just didn't work. But all in all, man, just a great night. 19 stage points, second place finish. That's just a great night. Move you up into great place in the standings. So good luck next week at Lime Rock.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Lime Rock should be really, really fun.
And Tristan, one quick thing before you one more quick question before you transition to your sponsors and shout outs. I mentioned this a while ago that, you and, MDW and your good buddy Lucas Lyons and all y'all are like a bunch of young kids coming into this, and what I mean by that is I look back at it is like we're looking at, back when Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, when those younger guys came in, all of them coming in, and every damn one of them was fighting each other just tooth and nail. I mean, every time you'd see Chase Elliott, you see Ryan Blaney, and vice versa. Do you feel like that's the same thing that you and MDW and Lucas Lyons and all you young guns coming in? Do you feel like it's very, very similar to that?
Yeah, when you put it that way, yeah, for sure. And that it's really cool too. It's really cool for all of us to be running up front, hard racing each other every single Friday night. So, I mean, it just shows that we're pretty damn good in this Friday night league, and I love the battle. I don't think Lucas was here tonight, but if he was, it sure as hell would have been a good battle with him too. He would have been up here. But yeah, when you put it like that, Jacob, absolutely.
Well, Tristan Bruce comes home with second here tonight. One spot short, but he's going to be looking pretty going to Lime Rock. Tristan, before we let you go, buddy, any sponsors, any shout-outs?
Yeah, first and foremost, Charlotte Fence Builders. Jennifer with Charlotte Fence Builders helps me out so much with this and all my real life racing that I get to do every now and then. So thank you to Miss Jennifer from Charlotte Fence Builders. Just all my family that watches each and every week, put on a good show for them most Fridays. And you guys in the booth, and Brady, Cody, Josh, everyone a part of NASRA that allows us to be able to race this stuff. I really do enjoy it, and especially love getting podiums. So yeah, thank you guys.
One of them NASRA young guns, Tristan Bruce, comes home second here tonight, buddy. Congratulations on that. Like I said, we'll see you at a wild one next week when we go to Lime Rock.
Yeah, thank you. MDW is probably going to crush it there too.
Damn, he's calling it a week ahead of time. But we'll go to our third place finisher. He's been sitting over there kind of quiet and everything. We haven't heard a whole lot from this guy. But Joshua Rodriguez is in the house. He finishes third here this evening in the number one. Ew. Josh, buddy, congratulations on that third place finish. Tell us about your race.
Oh man, that was a fun race all the way through. Was running top 5 in the first half with Tristan and in the 21 of MDW, and just trying to learn what they were doing to be fast and just having a blast because of the fact that this year has been very tough on me, mentally, physically, and also professionally in this league. It's just been a tough season, but I was out for a couple of weeks, but I'm just glad to be back. I'm thankful for my team to be as patient as they were with me, and I just can't wait to keep racing for the remainder of the season.
Well, Josh, this is Mike, man. I love seeing you finish up high, right? Like you said, I started this league, and I've got my butt kicked ever since I started. I understand the mental aspects of it. It is hard to continue to get back to the wheel on Friday nights and not sure of yourself. Does this prove to yourself finally that I can do this? I just need to calm down, do my stuff. I have the talent to do it, and I'll get these finishes in the end.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's been such a struggle to try to finish these races off, whether it's my own mistakes or getting caught up in someone else's mistakes and trying to avoid wrecks that I could have probably avoided if I was just a little bit more patient. But and then I got sick mid-season and I had to skip out on like 4 to 5 weeks, which kind of really bummed me out for the remainder of the season. But I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be racing with everyone. I'm glad to be competitive again. I just can't wait to do this again next season full time and hopefully run for a championship next time. But now it's just trying to build up that momentum, that speed, and learn more as I'm racing around these faster guys and just keep going.
Yeah, I do love hearing about the learning, man. That's the part, right? We all think we're great till we get in here and realize, hey, there's some really fast dudes that you can learn from. And I think that's the part, even me as a 53-year-old guy, I'm an old dude, right? Yeah. I just thought I knew everything, but you don't. And I'd love to hear that out of you, man. Just great race. Good luck in the future, bud.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for Buzzy and Brandon for helping me out throughout this race, and also Warrior Racing as a nice ally for Velocity Viper Racing. I'm very thankful for him.
Well, Joshua Rodriguez comes home with a third here this evening. Very humbled and very thankful for it. Josh, you got any other sponsors and shout outs? Any others?
Yeah, definitely Blasius North for coming on board with this, and also Faith Teams for sticking it with us too. I got a new sponsor coming in here shortly for the next couple weeks, so that's going to be fun. That's going to be awesome to work with. They're best buddies of mine, and they're looking to make a name for themselves. So I can't wait to race with them on board.
Well, Joshua Rodriguez gets him a third. Josh, buddy, congratulations on that. We'll see you at Lime Rock next week.
See ya.
That was Joshua Rodriguez comes home with a third place finish here this evening. Boy, I'm telling you what, what a damn wild one. What a wild one here. Obviously, Daytona was last week. Then we have Pocono tonight. It turned out to be a fantastic race. It always does. Then we're going to go to Lime Rock next week. We'll be... It'll be interesting, Michael. Buddy, appreciate you coming up here on the booth. Appreciate everything that you've done for NASRA and watching. I talked to you about this before, and just watching this, whole league. It's turned into like a damn organization. I mean, it's just grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. But thank you very much for everything that you've done. Your final take on a wild one here tonight at Pocono.
Well, I mean, I thought the racing was fantastic. You could see slipping, sliding, trying to save tires. We knew the track tempo was up a little bit. These guys did a wonderful job. And what you just said about the growing, you give that all to Cody and Brady. I couldn't take it anymore. At one point, it was too much for me, man. It wore me out. But I'm so happy to be back into it after it's grown to where it is. Having people like you, Wesley Outland, and all the others that put their time in. Dean, just fantastic. I mean, we appreciate every one of you guys, and I can't wait to get back on track. I just got to get a couple upgrades before I can get after it.
We'll see what that happens, or we'll see how that happens when we go to season 11 for the concerns of police survivor structures. Dean, baby, final thoughts on the Tricky Triangle up here in Pocono. You used to watching them Indy cars run here a little bit, but watching the trucks here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Jacob. It was quite an interesting roller coaster of a ride, wasn't it, with a lot of the drivers there that will shape up the things of the championship as well, too, because remember, we are in the playoffs, and at this point, too, we will quickly show that on top of that, because, the tiny horse, with a DNF here tonight, Lucas Lyons with a DNS, Mike with a DNS, Luke Smith, of course, of Kermit the Frog, didn't have a great result with a DNF. But Brandon Broadfoot, we have to give it to him. He finished in 6th place, 11 positions up there. It'll give him a bit of a boost of a gain there. Matt Cherry as well. Just having a look where Matt Cherry ended up finishing out. Where is Matt Cherry? I'm a little lost on that one there, Jacob. But might help him out quite there. So, interesting to see how that's going to pan out from the Sweet 24.
Well, folks, I'm telling you what, it's going to be a little bit interesting when we get right here to the end of 24 when we go to Lime Rock next week. Pocono, baby, I love it. I talked about it. Always got the fuel mileage game, always got the big crashes, and always got the crazy finishes and the crazy races. And we saw it here tonight at Pocono with MDW getting the win. But, folks, that's going to do it here for this broadcast. Obviously, want to thank all our great sponsors. Obviously, Florida Cabinet Distributors for the Florida Cabinet Distributors. Winner's Circle, obviously, Murph's Magical Creations. C.O.P.S, Concerns of Police Survivors for everything that they do. Obviously, TLC, DSR Electric, Premier Racing Setups. Literally, the list could go on and on. Glass Mechanics, Serve Pro, you name it. Just so many great sponsors that have joined a part of this great, great race league here, which is the North American Sim Racing Association. Shout out to the drivers for always putting on a show, and the fans out there in the live chat for coming out in big old numbers each and every Monday, Friday, and hopefully Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday nights, coming out big numbers for supporting the fans and everybody else, and Brady LaBeouf, Cody Knott, for everything that they do and allowing us to be ourselves weeknight upon weeknight. For the Australian Dean Hopton Bengals, and also for Slim Shady, Eminem, Michael McKinnon I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reed. Said as I always say, be safe, be kind, be fast, and baby, up, down, left, right, you name it. Lime Rock is going to be an absolute blast. It ain't that big, and there's a lot of action that can happen on June 27, 2025. You do not want to miss it. The last race here in the very first round for the Concerns of Police Survivors Season 10. Good Lord. I'm out of breath, baby. You do not want to miss it. Next Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and live only on the NASRA 360 Racing Network.